If you've ever bought a classic American car, chances are the first thing you hear when turning the key is that familiar V8 rumble. Deep, warm, and full of character. Back in Detroit's golden age, every automaker built at least one legendary V8. But among the countless icons, which three classic V8 engines truly stand above the rest? The ones that just refuse to die? In today's video, we'll uncover the answer. Not based on fame, but on real-world reliability, smooth operation, and mechanical longevity. The qualities that classic car lovers value even more than raw power. Each of these engines represents one of the big three: General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler. When we talk about the reliability of a classic V8, it's not about sheer power or top speed. A truly dependable engine must withstand the passage of time, run smoothly after hundreds of thousands of miles, and remain easy to service by those who love it. These three qualities, mechanical toughness, smooth performance, and ease of maintenance, form the foundation of this list. Interestingly, the creator didn't choose the most famous names, but rather those quiet workhorses that earned their reputation through endurance. These aren't race-bred engines, but pieces of iron and nickel that can still come alive after half a century of slumber. Although AMC's engines didn't make the cut, he still praised their solid lineup: the 304, 360, 390, and 401. From there, the spotlight turns toward the giants of Detroit, each with a unique philosophy of engineering. And our first stop, General Motors. Our first stop on this journey is General Motors, home to the V8 engines that defined a century of American motoring. While Chevrolet was known for its legendary small blocks and Pontiac for its muscular 455s, Cadillac chose a different path: power delivered through silence. In 1968, Cadillac unveiled the 472 cubic inch V8, followed 2 years later by the 500 cubic inch engine in the 1970 Eldorado. It became the largest mass-produced engine Detroit ever built, producing 400 horsepower and 550 pound-feet of torque. Yet what made it legendary wasn't its numbers, it was how effortlessly it performed. The 472 and 500 were remarkably smooth. Start one up, and the car barely trembles. The idle is deep and rich, like the heartbeat of a giant at rest. Even in a 2-ton Eldorado, a gentle press of the pedal sends it gliding forward as if gravity had vanished. Cadillac reached a level of engineering few could match. The thick cast-iron block was rich in nickel, making the cylinder walls nearly wear-proof. The crankshaft was perfectly balanced, and the oiling and cooling systems kept temperatures stable under any condition. The result was an engine that could run for hundreds of thousands of miles with whisper-like smoothness. Compared to its GM siblings, Cadillac stood apart. Chevrolet's 350 had soft camshafts and weak water pumps. Buick's oil pumps and lower ends were fragile. Pontiac's nylon timing gears wore out fast. But the Cadillac 472 and 500 were virtually flawless. Even parts that usually failed, like water pumps, seemed to last forever. Critics said they weren't built for speed, and they were right. These weren't high-revving 4-bolt main monsters. They were built to last, not to race. From 1968 through 1976, Cadillac only reduced compression from 10.5 to 1 to 8.5 to 1 to adapt to unleaded fuel. The refinement and torque never faded. Driving a DeVille or Eldorado with one of these under the hood isn't just driving. It's experiencing the peak of American mechanical luxury. There's no roar, no drama, just motion so smooth it feels unreal. And when that low, velvety rumble still echoes after 50 years, it reminds us of a time when Detroit built cars not for profit, but for perfection. Leaving Cadillac behind, we move to Ford, a brand that built its reputation on the power of simplicity. Ford never tried to be the most sophisticated automaker. They just built engines that started every morning, hauled heavy loads, and never complained. And among them, the 429 cubic inch 385 series stands as the purest expression of that philosophy. Introduced in 1968, the 429 first powered the Thunderbird, then appeared in many Mercury and full-size Ford models. The 385 series took its name from the 3.85-inch stroke of the 460 version and quickly became known for mechanical honesty and reliability. What made it remarkable wasn't brute force, but the legendary dependability of the two-barrel version, a setup often underestimated yet proven to last decades. Its secret lay in the Autolite 2100 carburetor, a marvel of simple engineering. With just a few screws, you could open it, replace the float or needle, even adjust the accelerator pump while the engine was still running. No computers, no special tools, just pure, honest mechanics. The opposite was true of the Motorcraft 4300 4-barrel, infamous for flooding, leaking, and diluting engine oil. Ford owners still joke, if your car's got a 4300, swap it for an Edelbrock and never look back. With its OHV layout, forged crankshaft, and efficient cooling, the 429 produced tremendous low-end torque, around 480 pound-feet in standard form. Even in massive full-size Fords, it pulled smoothly and quietly, never straining, never shouting. It felt solid and composed, exactly what Ford intended for its late 60s cars. The strength of the 429 wasn't just in its materials, it was in its philosophy. Ford didn't overthink it. They built an engine that could run forever, fix easily, and handle anything life threw at it. The 385 series lasted nearly 3 decades, powering everything from luxury sedans to heavy trucks. Even in the era of fuel injection, the 429 remained beloved for its raw mechanical soul. Today, when the deep rumble of a 429 echoes from an old Mercury or Ford LTD, it's a sound from a simpler time, a reminder that power doesn't have to be loud or complicated. Just faithful, just strong, just Ford. And the journey ends with Chrysler, the name forever tied to the Mopar legend, where brute strength and lasting durability merge into one. Among all the V8s the company built, the 440 cubic inch stands as the most revered, especially the pre-1972 versions with forged crankshafts. Born in 1966, the 440 quickly became the beating heart of legends like the Charger RT, Plymouth GTX, Roadrunner, and even the luxurious Chrysler Imperial. What made it famous wasn't just power, but how it delivered that power. Smooth, consistent, and seemingly immortal. If the Cadillac 472 was a gentleman, and the Ford 429 a craftsman, then the Chrysler 440 was a fighter, strong, disciplined, and endlessly reliable. A light touch on the throttle unleashes that deep, signature Mopar growl, the kind of sound that silences a parking lot. Even after more than 50 years, the 440 still starts easily, pulls hard, and runs as smoothly as ever. Technically, it featured a wedge-head combustion chamber for efficient airflow and excellent low-end torque. Its forged crankshaft, thick iron block, and robust oiling system made it nearly indestructible. The 440 Magnum produced up to 375 horsepower, a staggering figure for the 1960s, especially for an engine so refined. Of course, the 440 wasn't flawless. Some years used Holly 4-barrel or Carter thermoquad carburetors prone to leaks, and the ballast resistor ignition could occasionally fail. But once those minor issues were fixed, the 440 became virtually unbreakable. What truly set the 440 apart was its adaptability. It powered everything, from luxury sedans to muscle cars, wagons and trucks, always with the same loyal strength. Mopar fans still joke, "You can forget to change the oil, and the 440 will forgive you." When the 1970s fuel crisis arrived, Chrysler was forced to reduce compression and power. Yet even detuned, the 440 retained its essence: smooth, powerful, and dependable. It remains the final symbol of Mopar's golden age, before the electronic era and emission laws changed everything. Every classic V8 carries a story, not just of power, but of the era that built it. If you've ever driven one, heard one, or simply dreamed of that sound, share in the comments below. Which V8 still lives in your memory? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next journey, where we explore more machines that shaped Detroit's soul. Every share, every comment keeps these legends alive a little longer. Because while power may fade with time, mechanical passion, when told and remembered, never dies.